we have come to do that which we have been mandated to do. And Elohim is on our side, and we are going to prevail. We must prevail, and we need to pray. Very, very important, please. Indeed, we trust Elohim on this very special day that only you have made, that we remember your sons and your daughters that perish that we may live, those who sacrifice their lives to protect their children, to protect their families, to protect their loved ones, to protect their nation, Biafra. It is unto thee that we repose every trust. You will not allow this generation that they fought for to be put to shame. You will not allow our enemies to triumph over us. For no one hopes in you and never come out in shame. But shame shall encompass all of them who are treacherous. Shame shall be the portion of all the saboteurs, both dead and living. Shame shall become and will be the portion of those that persecute your children. You will show us your way, for we are nothing without thee. You will teach us your paths. You will guide us in your truth. You will teach us, O Elohim, because you are Chukwokika Biama, our Savior and our Redeemer, and our hope is in you and you alone. Every day, every morning, every night, we ceaselessly call upon your holy name, that you may have mercy upon us, that your love and your grace may abide within us. Do not remember the sins of our youth. Do not remember the sins of our fathers and our ancestors. Do not count our rebellious ways against us. According to your love, O Elohim, please have mercy upon us and give us Biafra in our time. For we are upright in thy word. For we are guided by the instructions you have laid down in your commandments, that sin may not have any hold over us. Come and guide us in your humble way, and teach us to be that which you have destined us to become. For we have no other God apart from thee. We have no other creator apart from thee. For the sake of your name, not for anything that we may have done, not for any righteousness that we may have possessed. Elohim, forgive us our iniquity and have mercy upon us. Grant us Biafra in our time, that your name may be exalted, that your name may be praised, that your name, O Elohim, may be lifted up above every other name, now and forevermore, we pray. He said, Mama Deregi Chineke. Mama Deregi Chineke.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting me from. If you're joining me from any part of the world, I thank you so much for your contributions on this channel. If you have not subscribed, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much, and remembrance. And for those of you who have subscribed, please, each time you watch the video, go to the comment section and express yourself. Say your own views. Make your contribution. We can learn from each other. Nobody knows it all. We are putting our heads together to find a solution to the problem which we all are in. We also have to be free. We all need freedom. We are praying for freedom. And our spirit leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as you all know, is praying with us on a daily basis. He is praying for us 7 times every day. Why wouldn't you join and pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at least once a day? We have to continue to pray together with our spirit leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have to pray. Today is another day of the prayer, the 7th day of praying. If you have not joined us, if you have not started, please try and join the prayer. Join the prayer. That is the assignment that our spirit leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has given us to do. We have to follow it up. You can see a lot of temptation that are coming up. A lot of temptation are coming up from all corners, from all angles. But I will beg you, Biafrans, wherever you are, please be strong. Be strong and steadfast. Do not lose hope and do not lose faith. Do not lose focus. Do not allow the enemies to hijack our joy. We are very strong and very joyful because we know what we are looking for. We know that our freedom is very close. You know that our freedom is very close. And at this very point in time, there will be a lot of challenges from all corners. Challenges from across the globe. Challenges inside and outside. From east, west, north, south, from every angle. There will be challenges. So whatever you are seeing now, do not be surprised. Do not shake. Do not change your focus. Don't say you're going to stop your agitation. Or don't say you're going to be weak. Don't say you will lose faith. Don't say all is not going well. Everything is still going as planned. I will tell you that Chukwu Biafra is aware of everything that is happening. If you are a follower of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will know that there is nothing that happens in IPOB, nothing that happens in the struggle of Biafra that Chukwu Biafra is not aware. Everything that is happening in the Biafra struggle is working for our own good. As the Bible says that all things working for good for those that trust Chukwu Biafra. As many of us as trust in Chukwu Biafra and believe that it is only Him that will give us freedom. Everything that is happening today is going to work for our own good. Believe it. I saw people yesterday after I did my videos, some people on the comment section were giving different kinds of opinion because of the information that were coming out from the DOS, because of the cancellation of the sit at home. Let me tell you, frankly speaking, nobody's happy. I am not happy either, but we have to obey the order. Remember what our leader always told us, command and control, that is the rule. Whatever the DOS have decided, we have to follow, no matter what. What we have to do in other angle is to continue to pray and make sure that the information we are getting is from our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Make sure that everything that is coming up is for our own favor. But for the obedience to DOS, we must continue on that. We must continue to obey the people who are in charge. Obey the people who are running the IPOB, those who the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has appointed for us to run the show. We have to continue to follow them up. And also, we have to continue to support our lawyers. Pray for them as possible, as much as you can. Let me tell you, there are a lot of temptations. A lot of temptations are coming up from all angles. Temptations are going to come from all angles. It is not ordinary. The fight we are not fighting is not just physical. That is why each time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I want you to remember this, each time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wants to say anything about Biafra or do anything about Biafra, he prays first. He prays. And I pray we can have a leadership that prays also like as good as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even as he is praying for us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never take any decision on his own. He take a decision according to the direction of Chukwu Biafra. If the decision that is being carried out today on the suspension of the sit at home is not from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let me tell you, the revelation will come to him and the amendment will surely be made. The amendment will surely be made. Let us not give our enemies the chance to come and laugh at us. Let us not give the enemies to come in between us and begin to instigate us and begin to create problem where there is no problem. I am assuring you that there is no problem in the struggle of Biafra. Biafra must be free. It doesn't matter what the enemies do. If you talk about people who are moles and people who are trying to drag us back, there are many of them everywhere. And we are not surprised. You can't be surprised to see people who are dragging the struggle back. You can't be surprised. They might be your brother, they might be your friend, they might be your pastors, they might be your reverend, they might be your chief, they might be your governor. They are everywhere trying to pull this struggle back. But we cannot relent. We cannot give them that chance. That is why no matter what you hear, no matter what they say, you have to be focused. Focus. The only thing you have to look upon is that very man who is leading the very struggle, our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He has laid a foundation which we have to learn from. The foundation he laid is consistency, regardless the challenges, regardless the attack, regardless the propaganda, regardless what people call you. Everybody that is standing for the struggle of Biafra, they will give you names. They are going to fight against you. They will demonize you. They are going to say so many things to distract you. Do not be distracted. Do not be distracted. People have the right to air their opinion when they are grieved. People have the right to say their own opinion when they are grieved. When they are not comfortable with what is happening, they have the right to say their opinion. It is left for you that is listening, those of you who are watching and listening, to digest properly before you act. Digest properly before you act. You have to digest. And while you are digesting properly, you have to pray. Each time you hear any information, pray very fervently about what to do and how to go about it. Let me tell you, the struggle for Biafra is spiritual. It is spiritual. Every day the revelation continues to come to show that the struggle of Biafra is spiritual. Because of the things we see, things that happen. There are certain things that happen that you are not aware. Many things that happen in the struggle of Biafra is not planned. It's not planned. Chukwu Okike just instigate it and make it to happen. And at the end of the day, it works for our own good. It works for our own good. The sit at home that have been cancelled, we have to obey it. But let me tell you, the cancellation of the sit at home that was done, even though Biafrans are not happy about it, it is going to work for our own good. That sit at home cancellation is going to make a lot of revelations. It's going to teach us a lot of things. It's going to teach us a lot of things, more than we have seen already. We have to be very careful on our choice of word. And for those of us who are trying to deviate from the way we are going, please do not deviate. Do not shake. Don't say because of what you're hearing and what is happening, you are not going to support Biafra. You are not going to be doing what you are doing. Continue to do whatever you are doing to make sure that Biafra comes. Continue on that path. That is the most important thing. That is the assignment that each and every one of us have. You and I. Everything you know personally that you can do to make sure that Biafra comes, continue to do it. Remember, that is also the message of our spiritual leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Our spiritual leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has always said it. Talking about those who have said he doesn't know how to do it. He's not doing it well. He's not going to that direction. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have always told them, if you know what you will do to make sure you bring Biafra, go your separate ways and do it. If you know anything you can put in place to make sure that Biafra comes, continue to do that. This is the time that message has to sink into our head. Don't be distracted. You might be uncomfortable with what others are doing. What are you doing you yourself? What are you doing you yourself to make an impact? We don't have to always sit and complain about what people do and what they say. We have to implement our own strategy. Implement your own strategy. Don't be like those who are just condemning what our spiritual leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing, but they have nothing to offer. He doesn't know how to do it. He's not doing it well. He's not doing it. But ask them, what is your own strategy? How are we going to do it? They have no strategy. Even now that our spiritual leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the hand of the enemy, all of them who have been making noise from all angles, saying all sort of things, today I've been waiting to hear them on their strategy, on the way they're going. They have no solution. They have no strategy. But today, you can see a lot of things that are happening. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has taken us a very far way that we cannot go back. We can't go back. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter what we hear. It doesn't matter what people say. We will continue to follow our superior Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every instruction that comes from him, we will continue to follow. The only thing you and I have to do is to continue to pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu every now and again. Continue to pray to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Pray for our lawyers. The lawyers that are missing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and giving him information. Pray for them that Almighty God, the Chukwu Okike should take charge of their conscience. That Chukwu Okike should take charge of the conscience of those who are meeting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the lawyers mainly who are talking to him, to give him the right information. As for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I trust him in his decisions. He will always take the right decision through the grace of Chukwu Okike. But remember, he will only act on what he's been told and what he sees. That is why we have to pray more for our lawyers, those lawyers who are going to meet him. Let them have the strength and power to give him the right information so that he can take the right decision for us. That is the prayer you have to be making. As for the leadership of IPOB, they are still intact. And they are equally working with you and I. They are working with you and I. They have no blame for now. They have no blame. We have to continue to pray for them. The struggle is not a child's play. The challenges they are facing is not a child's play. They have to take some difficult decisions. It is not easy. If you are in their shoes, you will know that it is not easy. Everybody is concerned, and Biafrans are concerned. And I understand why people are concerned. Their concern is legitimate. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only eye we have, and we have to do everything possible to protect him. That is what we're doing. Because of the love we have for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is why people are willing to stay at home as many times as possible. They want to do something to show appreciation to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They want to do something to make sure there is a change. That is to show you how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being loved by his people. And nobody can change that. May Chukwu Okike continue to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike continue to protect the leadership of IPOB. May Chukwu Okike continue to strengthen our lawyers, protect them. Let the angels of Chukwu Okike continue to guide our lawyers and make sure they do the right thing at all times. May Chukwu Okike continue to prosper Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Give him strength, give him wisdom, give him knowledge, give him more revelation wherever he is. Let us pray along with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is the time to pray. This is the time to pray. Pray that as Chukwuka will give us a strong revelation of what is going on, so that we can get the right information and the right decision will be taken, so that everybody will be happy and we'll move along together. There is no going back. We have gone too far and we are almost close to our freedom. Why will anybody think of going back? Not now, never, not in our lifetime. It is either Biafra or death. It is either Biafra or death. We will continue to follow our footsteps. And whenever you are weak, you think you're going to be weak. Whenever you are being disturbed, go and watch the messages of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Watch his last broadcast, the broadcast he made before. All his old broadcasts, they will always teach you a lesson. They will always tell you something that you want to hear. There will always be a revelation to you. That is why, before I end this program, I have to play another video of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for you to be awakened and be steadfast. His news, his messages are as new as anything. They refresh us. It's as food for us. We don't have to forget his messages. Let us watch Mazi Nnamdi Kanu once again.
I love him immensely, but he came up with some statements which are, should I say, unbecoming of a sensible, reasonable human being. Therefore, he must retrace his steps. We must also remind ourselves that a few days ago, I said something about those of them trying their damnedest best to try to keep Nigeria together, a zoological republic that should not exist in the first place. And this evening, I want to reinforce this very fact, that the curse that I placed upon United Kingdom, a people that I revere and I love very much, people that I hold their citizenship and have sworn allegiance to, and will continue to defend their interest, genuine interest, of course, because I am an Anglophile at heart. That very Britain today, it is not been up to 7 days that I made that statement live here on air. The leader of the Welsh people have come out to make a categorical statement that Britain no longer exists in their own thinking. This is what I want to guide the thinking of all our people. I want it to guide our understanding of what is happening in the zoo, and to understand also the spiritual dimension which we have chosen to pursue this very noble cause. According to Mark Drakeford, who is the leader of the Welsh people in the UK, and I quote, "The United Kingdom is over," he said. UK, as I told you a few days ago, that anybody who has a hand or who is trying to keep Nigeria together, their kingdom or their entity will disintegrate. These are the things that I want you to understand this very evening, that Nigeria has expired. The wrath of Almighty God is upon Nigeria. Look at Tinubu, for example, what the Yorubas are going through on his account. Look at how the Christian minorities in the north are being slaughtered and brutally massacred by the Janjaweed elements of the caliphate. Because the likes of Bishop Coker is there preaching unity that he knows doesn't exist. Because Britain is directly involved in trying to keep together what God Almighty has rendered asunder. That is the reason why Mark Drakeford has come out to say that United Kingdom is over. He's a very heavyweight politician in the UK, the leader of the Welsh people. He is the first minister of the Welsh people. Wales, of course, in the UK is a principality. And mind you, Prince Charles is supposed to be the Prince of Wales, or should I say, the titular head of the government of Welsh people. But here we have Mark Drakeford saying it categorically that Britain is over. And I warned Britain, if you continue to meddle in the affairs of Nigeria to the extent whereby you are presenting a stumbling block to the emancipation of the children of God, the children of light, United Kingdom will be decimated. Because you're very proud and very arrogant, because you think that you're Caucasian, you're white, you can do anything and get away with it, you may think that the disintegration of the UK has nothing to do with Biafra, but I can assure you categorically that it has. If you do not stop meddling in Nigeria, if you do not stop this, your, should I say, perverted, racist devotion to keeping people who shouldn't be one together in one monstrous entity called the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, believe you me, God Almighty in heaven will destroy Britain beyond recognition. And it started to happen already. It is happening already. I warned you and I told you. You may disregard the agitation for Biafra and tag it as nothing. Because you came, you saw, you conquered, and you colonized. But I'm warning you today, if you continue, the wrath of God will be upon you. As I warned the zoo many, many years ago, if you don't allow we Biafrans to go, that zoological republic called Nigeria will be a worse place than Somalia. And today it is happening. And if you have not applied for your Somalian visa, please try and do so. Should I say Somali visa? Try and do so as quickly as possible, because the zoo is on the path of destruction. And there is nothing man can do to reverse it. Mark today's date and what I'm telling you. Nigeria will be destroyed beyond human comprehension. So says the Lord of hosts. Anything I tell you here is gospel. Anything I open my mouth to tell you must come to pass. Because Almighty determined that we should come. And we have come to preach this very gospel in truth and in every honesty. And I want Britain to understand this today. If you stand as an obstacle on the path of Biafra freedom, you will be destroyed. The same way that the late dead Buhari tried. Buhari tried to stop Biafra from coming. Today he's in a shallow grave in Saudi Arabia. Not only that, that kingdom he was trying to build is now shaking. That very kingdom, that very Fulani Caliphate, the Fulani takeover of Nigeria is in tatters. Because we are here, or should I say, Chukwokika Biama determined that we should come. And nothing, absolutely nothing is going to stop us from performing the will of the Almighty. Today, I can tell you categorically that in the United Kingdom, the First Minister of Wales, part and parcel of this United Kingdom that colonized, enslaved, subjugated, and still colonizing the zoo called Nigeria till today, a part of Britain have now said that they're going to divide. They will leave. Scotland will leave. Wales will leave. Northern Ireland will join the Irish Republic, and you only have the Little England at last. And when all these things are happening to them because of their pride and ego, they will not acknowledge that the work they did against the children of God in Biafra land is what is responsible for their demise as a once great nation or a once great people. They are also on the path of decline, and nothing can reverse it unless they stop meddling in the affairs of Biafra. The United Kingdom is over, and a new union should be crafted to reflect a voluntary association of four nations. In other words, Britain will no longer exist. You have England, you have Wales, you have Scotland, and you have Northern Ireland. The reason for that is because they meddled in the affairs of the children of God. As I told you earlier, Almighty God in heaven has a way of punishing his children. And we have been roundly punished, believe you me. If you have to be subjugated under the very cruel, barbaric rule of Fulani Janjaweedism, you will understand what we are talking about. As I'm speaking to you right now, most villages are under siege. There are killings and rapings, abductions and murder going on right across the length and breadth of the Zoological Republic. But they cannot understand what is happening to them. They know that the problem of insecurity in Nigeria is intractable for the simple reason that they have failed, should I say, to allow Biafra to go. The sooner they understand this or realize this, the better for everybody. But I'm not sure they will, because they are very stubborn, and as God hardened the heart of Pharaoh to fail, so are they also going to fail. And that is why those of them who are in Benue State, that is why the likes of Governor Autumn or the very young man who was mouthing his rubbish a day or two ago concerning the deployment of Eastern Security Network into Lower Benue is in for a very, very difficult and horrible experience of their lives. I must warn also Governor Autumn of Benue State. I am not laying claim to Benue State, the entirety of Benue State, not at all. What I'm making very clear to you is that there are Igbo people, Igbo communities, not traders, not migrants, not settlers, no. These are our traditional towns, communities, and villages wickedly gerrymandered into the north. That you have Igbo people today answering Igbo names, speaking Igbo language, who are answering to Northerners. An abomination before God Almighty in heaven. I will not allow it to continue. Those Igbo-speaking parts of Benue State is part and parcel of Biafra, part and parcel of the eastern region. And should anything happen to them, if you fail to control Fulani incursion into that very territory, then ESN will continue to do their work. And I have commended them earlier and allow me to do so again at this very moment. I commend the men and women, not just of our high command, but also of the Eastern Security Network that successfully pursued and apprehended a notorious Fulani bandit by the name Muhammad Isa. We have the videos. For those of them claiming he's an old man, they're all lying, and they know it very well. He is the leader of a gang of abductors, of rapists, and of murderers, tormenting our farming communities. But I'm glad to report this very evening, morning or night, depending on where you are, that menace, that threat has been permanently put to bed. It will no longer happen. Should our people in Benue State be subjected to further attacks, I am also informing Governor Autumn of Benue State. I will make sure that ESN returns to that very area. Or should I say, come out of the bushes to confront whoever comes against the children of the Most High God, Elohim in heaven. This is a warning to all of you. For those of you that specialize in, should I say, in twisting the obvious, in turning truth into lies, I never claimed the whole of Benue State. You people carved Igbo people into Benue, which is unacceptable. We are in an era, not that of the old, compromised and discredited Ohaneze Ndiara and Ndiuchu. Not in that very era. No, we are not in that anymore. We are not in the era of compromised governors in the pocket of the Fulani Caliphate. No. We are now in the era of IPOB. And no inch of territory belonging to traditional, should I say, ethnicities making up Biafra will be surrendered to anybody, no. And in Benue State, we have taught them, while they were discussing that, don't come to Benue, we are already on the ground in Benue State, in Lower Benue. And we are not in Benue.
After listening to our speaker, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I must tell you, I am energized. I hope you are. I hope you are strengthened. Continue to move forward. Don't look back. It doesn't matter what people are saying. It doesn't matter what is happening. It doesn't matter the wave that is blowing. Don't be blown away. We will all get to the promised land, the Biafra land, where we will celebrate and rejoice in our new nation. Thank you for watching. I remember this. Bye-bye. See you again at the next video.